This video is aimed at advanced developers who want to write their own Xbasic and JavaScript to populate a dialog that may or may not have repeating sections. So normally when you populate a data-bound dialog, all of the code that gets generated is automatically generated by server-side action scripting. So you can see here, for example, we have a simple dialog over here, and I've got a button over there that I used action JavaScript to generate for me that's going to populate this dialog by making an AJAX callback and then querying the database. So if I go there and type in, say, populate 12 and then click the button, I can see that the dialog got populated with the record for customer number 12. And if I look at the JavaScript that got generated and sent back to the server here, I can see that the JavaScript has this pattern. There's a JavaScript object called underbar D. Underbar D is an arbitrary name, and then once I have underbar D defined, I'm defining properties of this JavaScript object. I'm setting the customer ID and the first name and the last name properties, and then I'm calling the Dialogs populate method, passing in underbar D. But this code here got generated automatically by Alpha 5 as follows. I went to the dialog and I put a button on the dialog to populate it. Before doing that, of course, I went to my data binding and I specified how this dialog was bound to a table called customer in this connection string. This is my MySQL database that has the Alpha Sports customer table in it. So after I had set up data binding, I was free to then go to this button over here and define an action, and the action that I chose was populate controls in a dialog component with data from tables. And then I specified that the primary key of the record that I would like to read was to be obtained by reading the value in a control called customer ID, and then I said display debugging information. So that was all that I had to do, and then when I go here and type in, say, number 12 and then press the populate button, Alpha 5 made an AJAX callback, and then it executed this SQL to actually do the query to find the record, and then on the server side it computed this JavaScript which it sent back as a response. So this is the JavaScript, obviously, then that is necessary to populate a dialog. And if you want to write your own Xbasic event handlers to write, to populate the dialog using your own custom code, you're going to need to generate code like this. But because it can be quite tedious to generate code like this, there are two new helper functions in Alpha 5 that make it much easier for Xbasic developers who are writing server-side event handlers to generate the JavaScript in this format, and also to query the SQL databases to get the data with which you want to populate these JavaScript commands. So in the next video we're going to now discuss those two new helper functions that will help you generate this JavaScript response when you write your Xbasic server-side event handlers in Dialog components.